You're watching the Gallery by Chele feature, and now the main journey begins.
Savory courses for this afternoon. We're starting with something refreshing, which is called the tropical kinilaw.
Ah, yeah. So
Basically, this one is a Filipino kinilaw, but inspired from a Peruvian style of cooking the kinilaw itself. So what you have here on your bowl is a local yellowfin tuna that we added in. Yes, po? Yes. The Jensen ba? And then we added it with the textures of the mangosteen and señorita banana. And then the interesting part or interesting in this dish is that instead of using a traditional vinegar, what we use is a coconut vinegar. And then we added it with the coconut milk with some dayap juice, which is the local lime or the endemic lime. And then we added it with the habanero to add some kick of spice. And then this one is a representation between the dayap and then the commercialized lime that we usually found right now in our local markets. When we talk about dayap po kasi most of the times maririnig na lang natin si dayap either sa nature plant or sa mga darna po. But right now po kasi pag pumunta tayo sa mga supermarkets or mga palengke natin, hindi na po tayo makakita ng dayap.
Yeah, so you grow it from your own garden? The dayap?
Meron po, but we source it in mountain province po. So, yun po yung pinopromote namin. Kasi medyo hindi na po natin nakikilala eh.
Saan po ulit galing yung ano?
Meron po kami nakuha na lang sa mountain province.
Ah, mountain province.
And then, ito po kung mapapansin niyo po is parang siyang malaking kalamansi.
Oo.
But they say mas maasim po siya kumpara sa kalamansi. And then, to add more refreshing flavor for your dish, I'm going to finish it with our coconut granita.
Wow,
So
perfect.
it's a shaved ice that is made from buko juice. And then we added it with some dayap zest or yung balat po ng dayap.
The yellowfin tuna is fresh, the dish is sour, but I love its sourness, it's refreshing. The main journey has just started. We have more to offer, so stay tuned, we'll be right back. We're still here on our main journey at Gallery by Chele.
So this is actually inspired by Bacolod chicken inasal. Instead of using chicken, we marinate the octopus na inasal way. So underneath we have some chicken stew with anato oil, top it off with some pickled corn pork and our homemade chicken. But we do suggest you start with our pulpo and then afterwards dip the chicken chicharon in the coconut vinegar.
Let's try fried pulpo. The octopus is tender, it's tangy. I also love the side chicharon that's thin but crispy.
We use a lapu-lapu fish.
Lapu-lapu.
Yes.
Lapu-lapu
And
fish.
we steam it with a Congo seaweed. And then paired it with the two textures of kailan, which is the kailan leaf and the kailan stem. So it's a hapa. So it's a type of a Chinese broccoli. And then we finish it with our pilpil sauce. So pilpil is a type of a Spanish sauce, mainly in the northern part or in the Basque region. So pilpil is made from a fish collagen emulsion. And then we added it with some coconut with different local aromatics. And then we finish it with a aberquina type of format.
Now it's time for grouper pilpil. The pilpil sauce is very flavorful, malinamnam, and the fish is beautifully fresh. This dish is a feast for the senses. For a palate cleanser, buko salad. It's really special. Its sweetness comes from the seasonal fruits, very refreshing. If you think this is the end of the main journey, think again, because more surprises await. We'll be right back. Still here on our main journey at Gallery by Chele.
So this is inspired by Bistek Tagalog.
Bistek Tagalog, oo.
Underneath we have some beef stew, on the side wagyu, fat emulsion, black garlic, and some onions. We also prepared wagyu fried rice with shimedi mushrooms on top. But we do suggest we start with our tartar to taste the cashew crackers on it. Actually, the highlight of the dish is the salt. So this is Tultul salt from Guimaras.
For Guimaras, wow, that's
So this is actually a finishing salt made out of coconut milk, coconut husk. They also added some seaweed and some salt and some pepper.
Perfect.
That's from Guimaras.
Yes. So it's not your typical salt because you can actually taste a little bit of coconut in this.
Galing. Indeed, the beef tartare or cracker is the perfect way to start your Wagyu dish. It builds excitement from the very first bite. The Wagyu is very tender. It has a delicious beef juice or bistek sauce. It goes well with the Wagyu rice. I love that Chef Chele made it taste really distinctly local. It has a burst of flavors. Enjoying our flavorful journey? Don't go away as we discover more flavors after the break. We're now on the sweet part of our main journey at Gallery by Chele.
So hello, now we'll be presenting our coconut textures. So to begin with, we have our coconut vinegar or sukang tubas. So this comes from the nectar or the sap of the coconuts. Please go
Maasim.
Sour, but at the same time, it's balanced out by the sweetness of the coconut. And then up next is our coconut liquor. So if you're very familiar with lambanog, it's make it lighter and smoother. So this one is alcohol infused with coconut grating.
Mas matamis. Ang lambanog.
And then this one is latik. This is most commonly found in our Filipino dishes such as bibingka, bigman, kanin. This is also known as a labor of love because it takes about 8 to 9 hours of production to get to this consistency. 8 to 9 hours. Yeah. And then lastly is our dulce de leche. So this one is coconut cream, milk, and sugar. So I leave this here for you to
Thank you. Catch part 2 of our coconut textures after the break. And now we're back with part 2 of our coconut texture still here at Gallery by Chele.
This one is what we call the alcorte. It's it's like an ice cream sandwich type of this. So inside of it is a latik ice cream that we cover it with a coconut quill or coconut cracker.
Latik ice
And then this one is your souffle. So in a traditional souffle, they serve it warm. But since this one is a dessert type, so we serve it cold. But we want you to have the texture of the souffle that is something fluffy. So it's made of a coconut cream and coconut milk. Inside of it is dulce de leche. And then this one is your coconut tapioca. Underneath is a tapioca pearls that we added with some tuba, buko juice, and coconut amigos. And then we covered it with a coconut spoon out top. And then we finish it with some diapses. And then lastly, this one is your coconut liquor. It's like a digestive type of thing.
Coconut liquor.
So we want you to eat first the alcorte.
parang lambanog.
A bit lambanog po, pero may pagka-sweet na flavor.
Is it alcoholic?
May alcohol po siya. pero hindi po siya yung totally mataas yung alcohol content.
Ito yung kaninang pinatikim sa akin. Ito yung lambanog. Ang tawag dito?
Coconut liquor.
Coconut liquor. Ito.
Same lang din.
It's the same.
The same lang.
It's the same.
So, is it just when you serve this one with the alcohol and then souffle and then tapioca, you switch.
This is tapioca.
Yes po, underneath po niya may tapioca.
The crispiness of the outer layer plus the sweetness of the latte is what makes al corte blissful. The coconut tapioca is also good. Simply put, it's like a tapioca with coconut as the name suggests. The souffle has a very soft and fluffy texture and it has a nice and rich dulce de leche filling inside. The coconut liqueur tastes like lambanog, but it's also sweet. There's more to unfold and more to savor, so stay tuned, we'll be right back. And now we're back with another sweetness here at Gallery by Chele.
This one is made with a 77% dark chocolate that we source out from Davao City. And along with that, I'll be giving you a little bit more of your souvenirs. Now, these cards contain the illustrations of the coconut products that we make here at the restaurant and that you've eaten throughout the course of your meal. On the other side of that card is a song which we believe aligns with our current menu. It is the coconut song. Now, if you would like to listen to it, the QR code at the bottom right side of that card will lead you to a Spotify link. And then lastly, I'll be leaving you with the seeds, which are the dayap seeds. Now, dayap is the local lime of the Philippines. However, sadly, they are slowly becoming extinct. So we hope you guys plant the seeds to fight off their extinction and to remind yourselves of the current time you're spending with us.
Wow.
So with that, guys, I'll be taking my leave. So it's been a pleasure. Please enjoy your desserts.
Thank you. Thank you. It's perfectly rich and decadent. It has a mixture of cake and chocolate, but leaning more toward the chocolate side. This isn't the end of the journey, so stay tuned as we uncover more. My experience at Gallery by Chele is exceptional enough to explain why it deserves its 2 Michelin honors, namely 1 Michelin star and a green Michelin star. Blending quality, hospitality, and sustainability, Gallery by Chele perfectly represents Filipino cuisine in the global arena with its approach and techniques, which makes me admire Chef Chele Gonzalez more. I'm amazed by the depth of his research in food and how he was able to create dishes one can never imagine. I love how he advocates for forgotten traditions of farmers and fishermen. Truly, this is a cultural immersion in Filipino food. I'll give you my 3 favorites. First is this, kare-kare bonbon. It's so delicious with its rich kare-kare flavor inside the ball, and this is also very innovative. I never thought kare-kare could be in that form. It's brilliant to see how these Filipino ingredients shine whenever they infuse them with something new, modern but timeless. Second to my favorites is this, tropical kinilaw. I was never a fan of kinilaw, but when I tasted it here, I became an instant convert. So delicious and fresh. And this is also where I learned about our local citrus I never thought existed, which is called dayap. It's like a big calamansi. Before I reveal my final favorite, it's important to note that Gallery by Chele is not just a food destination. It's a destination with a deeper purpose, a purpose that champions tradition in this ever-changing society and ignites creativity that inspires more Filipino talents to represent our country. And ending this is the restaurant's tribute to its philosophy and an ode to Chele's famous cheesecake, which happens to be my final favorite, the decadent chocolatey version of Chele's bibingka cheesecake.